Shalom, shalom. This is Follow Your Show. Welcome to the Rock. It's a hot day, and Ebony was just over here like, "Why'd you throw the shirt on?" Because I'm wearing comfortable wear right now, and because it's hot, so I had to, throw something on real quick. And I'm not wearing it; I'm just throwing it over. Anyways, was asked a question by a brother, but I've been asked this question many times, and I decided to hit it. I thought we had hit it. Me and the brothers had hit it pretty well on some of our live streams, but the question still comes in, so I guess I'm gonna do a video about it. The question is, brother, how do you convince a woman to join your house? And the brother's talking from the perspective of a polygynous family. And I mean this answer with all due respect to all brothers that I've asked this question, and to sisters. But I ain't convincing nobody of shit. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, the time will come where 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we want to take away our reproach. And that reproach, a lot of people have taught, the reproach is they want children. No, it's not. The reproach is actually they want a covering. They want a husband. They're single. That's the reproach. They have no covering. They are single. And you see that by her response when she says, we'll provide our own food and our own clothing. Only let us be called by thy name. And if you know what that means, the Bible says that a man's to provide food, clothing, covering, roof, and conjugal rights. So she's saying, hey, all I want is to be called by your name. What does that mean to be called by a man's name? You're marrying him. You're becoming part of his house. You're from the house of Johnson or whatever it may be. So that's that reproach. And brothers, today a lot of women don't know that they actually have a reproach. They don't actually see their being single as bad. They don't see that I'm independent as bad. They don't see that because everybody's covered by something. Men, you're either covered by Yah or Satan. So women, you're either covered by a husband or father, or next of kin, male next of kin, or the system usually. And even if you don't have food stamps and cachet, the system's still covering you, because if shit goes down, who do you call? You call the system. Egypt, the police. I digress. But when it comes down to her reproach, if she's comfortable in her reproach, it's not your job to convince her to be married. Because what you're doing is you're bringing somebody in your house that is not 100% about what they're saying. You see, the Bible, and we're going to talk about this next coming live stream tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, me and my beloved brothers David and Andre. We're going to discuss this. The Bible is written in such a way that you just have to do it. That's really what the book comes down to. The Bible comes down to, will you do it? Yeah, the commandments of Yah were given to the people. And the question really was, are you going to do it? Yah did not ask people to I need to get into the spirit and I need to. He just simply asked, are y'all going to do it? Yes or no? Yahshua said, choose you this day whom you will serve. Is it the gods on the other side of the flood? The gods of the Amorites? Who are you going to serve? So it's a choice. The Bible's a choice. You read it and you decide, I'm going to do what the book says, or I'm not going to do what the book says, or I'm going to pick and choose what parts I want to do, which is the same as I'm not going to do what the book says. So if a person reads the Bible and you can see women chose to be married, they said, that's my reproach. I want to have a husband. That didn't mean you wouldn't chase her or you convinced her. It may just simply mean, hey, you propositioned. Would you like to join my house? No? Okay. Yes? Okay. Well, if you want to join my house, this is the protocol that I have. Because see, men, a lot of you are willing to sacrifice your vision where y'all sending you for vagina. To be truthful, most of you chase pussy 100, 200, 500, 1,000 times faster than you've ever chased the vision that Yah has given you. You chase vagina and a dead sprint. Usain Bolt sprint. But then when it comes to Yah and the vision, when it comes to where it is, what the Bible says to you about you, brother, hate not husbandry. Does not say that? We learned that we were an agricultural people. Now we see the importance of being an agricultural people. Now we see the importance of the Bible when it says, pursue the old paths. Now we see the importance of that because we see what's going on in the world. Now everybody's sprinting to try and pursue the old paths, knowing these old paths are not something that you run into tomorrow and get. It takes time. And many people are learning that. Your household, you may be willing and ready to sprint into the old paths, but your family ain't, and your wife certainly ain't. Your wife's like, I ain't going over there. I ain't doing that shit. And you find out that the reason why she ain't doing that is because you chased her down too. Every woman that's coming in your life, you chased down. You convinced her. You made deals and bargains with her. Well, baby, let's bargain. If you let me, if you have no problem with me, buying, this tractor, then I'll let you go out with the girls. I'll let you go on that vacation. And I'm not even trying to sound prideful, but did the men in the Bible do that? Did they bargain? See, we'll say men today that operate in that mindset of, listen, this is where I'm going, and you either going to be with me or you not. We see that women have oftentimes said that's being prideful, but the men in the Bible did that. The men in the Bible operate that way. They said, we going this way. Where do you see in the Bible that Noah bargained with his wife? Where do you see in the Bible where Lot bargained with his wife? He didn't. He said, let's go. And when Ado, Lot's wife, turned into a pillar of salt, Lot didn't turn around and be like, baby, no. He kept on rolling with his daughters. Where do you see Abraham bargaining, Jacob bargaining, Isaac bargaining? Who are our forefathers? Where do you see men in this book bargaining? Yeshua didn't even bargain with the Pharisees. He told them what it's going to be. They ain't got to like it, but he told them. We have to get out of this idea that we have to persuade somebody, that we have to convince them. They should be convinced by the sheer fact that they have that reproach, that they are single. And if they don't see that, then it's not your job. You can tell them, hey, this is your approach. Because some don't know that. We've been talking about that on this channel for the past couple months extensively. And a lot of women are saying, wow, I didn't actually see that. Now I understand it. Thank you. Because the westernized Christian church told them, no, don't worry about it. Just pray to Jeebus. And this man's going to come whisking out of the clouds. Not knowing that many of them are more like Ruth's situation, where they were in relationships or marriage, or they weren't virgins, and they need to present themselves as Ruth did. Read Ruth chapter 3. But today everybody thinks that they are the queen of Narnia, that they are a person that is presentable as a virgin would be, with this newfound spiritual virginity. You don't convince women to join your house. You lay it out there. Hey, would you like to? And you know what? In most cases today, brothers, these women need to come to you. I'm just being real. They need to come to you. You're the one you got too much going on in your life. Gardens, planting, children, raising, nurturing and cherishing and bringing up the wives that you do have, or the wife that you do have. You're already going about your vision. How are you going to delay and stop your vision so that you can turn and go after somebody else? No, they need to come after you and get in line with you on the vision, on the path, on the track that you are on. Not you getting off your track or stopping your train so that you can get off and, hey, let me try to convince you to join my house. That's not how it works, brothers. That's not how it should work. That's what this Western society wants. That's a lot of the women that are bound by rejection because they've been through faulty relationships. That's what they want. When these women say these things, they're bound by faulty relationships. They've been in jacked up relationships, and that spirit of rejection is heavy on them. That's why they want you to chase them, because that's going to appease that spirit of rejection. But you have a vision given by Yah, hopefully, that you should be moving on. And that vision, you can't look to the right or the left. The Bible says any man that puts his hands to the plow and looks back is not worthy of him. You as men don't have the luxury of looking back. We should be looking forward. The prudent man foresees, that's looking forward, foresees the evil and hides himself. The foolish one passes on and is punished. So you need to be looking forward to the Messiah, forward to Yah, forward to the vision that he has you on. Not looking backwards, looking to the side to try and figure out, hey, is anybody gonna notice me? Hey, look at me. I'm trying to be, hey, look, sisters, I'm on the, hey, can I convince you to come on my path? Shit, if they don't see you moving on the path, then maybe they're just blind. Maybe Yah's protecting you from them. Maybe they don't have the eyes to see. Either way, look at the women in the Bible. When Nabal died, Abigail, when David sent the servant to Abigail and said, hey, my master David told me to come over here and bring you to be his wife. Abigail didn't say, well, I need to get myself together. I'm working on me. Nope. She just, and Nabal just died, and the Bible says that Nabal was a man of great possessions, a man of wealth. She didn't say, well, I got all these things that Nabal left me. I'm set, I'm made. I can do me with all the shit that Nabal left me. No, that's not what she said. She said, I'm out. I'm out, which means the possessions that Nabal had, Abigail went to David and said, here you are. I'm yours, so it's yours. Think about that. With this idea, men, that we are to go chasing after women, pursuing and convincing women to join your house, whether it be monogamy or polygyny. It's foolish. It's foolish. We have to get out of that mindset. We have to get into the mindset that when we are on the path that Yah sent us on, it'll be seen and it'll be known. And all you gotta do is walk it. People will take notice. People will take notice if you are earnest about the path that you are on. Right now, Sister Zion is finishing up one of my gardens right now. Sister Ebony was out here in one of the gardens. The children were all helping out here in these gardens, planting lettuces and dinosaur kales and Indian spinach and mustard spinach and white kohlrabi. And are my humongous gardens. Sister Lydia is handling other rock business that pertains to me, because they see the vision. They can see the vision. And I'm not convincing nobody to do it. Just like you shouldn't have to convince or persuade or yell or scream to get your wife to submit to you, brothers. It all comes down to, when they read it in the book, do they believe it or not? And what you're finding out is a lot of people don't really believe what they read in this book. Because if you read it in the book, if you see in the book, a woman should be married, she should be covered. The older women should be teaching the young women that. Paul warns them in, 1 Timothy 5? You read all through the the original covenant, women sought marriage. You read in Isaiah 4 that it says they want to take away the reproach. You should not have to convince somebody to take away the reproach. It's like you shouldn't have to convince somebody to love you. You shouldn't have to convince somebody to turn away from their sin. If they believe this book and they are his, the book is clear. What we need now are people who are willing to follow it. But you don't convince somebody to follow the book. If they have the Ruach HaKodesh, if they're walking in the Spirit, then that would be enough. The Spirit of truth would lead them to the truth of what the book says, and they would walk in that. Period. Bless y'all. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Brothers, you ain't convincing nobody. You ain't persuading nobody. You need to walk in the vision that Yah has you. And those that can see that you're walking in that vision, can see the fruit of your life, don't want to walk in it with you. But you have to remember, this is a narrow road. Narrow road, brothers. There's only a few of us, and there's even fewer of them. It just so happens that the ratio of women and men is so out of balance that it's still going to be 7 women trying to take hold of 1 man. Bless y'all. Shalom.